Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to dive into two ancient texts that take our modern ideas about what it means to be great and turn them completely on their head. It's a journey that starts in the deepest, most hidden parts of the human heart and ends on the dusty floor of an ancient dining room. And it all kicks off with a really personal question. So let me ask you something, and I mean this seriously. What if someone knew everything about you? Not just the stuff you post online or what you tell your friends, but everything, every single thought, every hidden motive, every word you bite back. Everything. Thousands of years ago, a writer wrestled with this exact idea in a poem we now call Psalm 139. And it opens with this mind-blowing realization. There's a God who has searched him and knows him completely. He knows every move he makes, when he sits, when he stands, and even more incredible, he can read his thoughts from a distance. And get this, the depth of this knowledge is just staggering. Before a word is even formed on his tongue, it's already known. Now, this isn't just a good guess or prediction. The source is talking about total, complete awareness. It's a level of intimacy that's almost, well, it's kind of uncomfortable to even think about, right? So the writer's first thought is, where could I possibly go to get away from this? If I fly up to the heavens, he's there. If I go down to the realm of the dead, he's there too. Even total darkness can't hide him. And his conclusion is both simple and absolutely profound. There is nowhere to hide. So this first part of our explainer is all about this inner world, this startling reality of being totally and completely known. But what does that really mean for us? Is it something to be terrified of, or is it something else entirely? And here's the big twist. The writer's response isn't fear. It's praise. He realizes this isn't the knowledge of some kind of cosmic spy, but it's the knowledge of a creator. He was fearfully and wonderfully made, intricately woven together by the very same presence that knows him inside and out. It's like the knowledge an artist has of every single brushstroke in their masterpiece. Okay, so this is where the whole poem pivots. It turns from this meditation on God's incredible knowledge to a direct challenge of self-reflection. I mean, being known is one thing. But what would this all-knowing presence actually find inside of us if it looked? And this is just wild. Instead of running and hiding, the writer actually invites the search. He basically says, okay, since you already know everything anyway, please show me what's wrong inside me. Point out the grievous way so I can deal with it. But what exactly is this grievous way he's talking about? Well, that's where our second source comes in and really nails it down for us. That grievous way, the root of so much of our dysfunction, is pride. It's that relentless, nagging, internal drive to be the greatest, to be number one, to be served. It's the very thing that drives a wedge between us and other people, and between us and God. So let's jump to our second source and see how this internal sickness of pride plays out in the real world, in a situation that went down 2,000 years ago.
Okay, so picture this. The setting is an upper room in Jerusalem. Jesus is there with his closest followers just hours, literally hours, before he's going to be crucified. And what are they doing? They're arguing. They're actually debating which one of them is the most important, who's going to get the best seat in the kingdom. I mean, talk about pride being on full display.
And you see, there's this huge clash of ideas going on. His disciples, they were completely bought into the world's definition of greatness. Fame, wealth, power, having people serve you. But Jesus was about to introduce a completely opposite, totally upside-down definition, one built on things like humility, forgiveness, and service. But he wasn't about to give them a lecture. No, he was going to show them. And what he did next was so shocking, so unexpected, it just shut down their whole argument. This is the great inversion. And the text makes a point of telling us Jesus knew he had all authority, all power. By any definition, he was the greatest one in that room. And it wasn't even close. And with the full knowledge of all that power, what does he do? He doesn't grab a crown. He reaches for a towel. A towel. So after he's done washing their filthy feet, and remember, this is the job of the lowest of the low in that culture, he looks at them and asks this really penetrating question. Do you understand what I have done for you? This wasn't just some nice gesture. He says it flat out. This was an example, a pattern for them to follow. And you just can't overstate how radical this was. He knelt down and washed the dirt from everyone's feet. The fishermen, the hated tax collectors, and yes, even the man he knew was just about to walk out that door and betray him to his death. No exceptions, no conditions. And then he drops this core principle on them. the central rule of this new kingdom. If the master is willing to serve, how can the servant possibly think they're above it? It just completely rewrites the rules of leadership and status. Greatness is no longer about climbing over other people, it's about kneeling down to lift others up. Okay, so let's pull these two ancient texts together. You've got the deep internal examination from the Psalm, and you have this powerful external example from the Gospel. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's what our source calls the blessing of the Tao. And this is it. This is the big idea of this whole explainer. True, lasting, meaningful greatness, it's not measured by how much power you accumulate or how many people you have working for you. It's found in giving yourself away for the good of others. And look, this isn't just some nice, abstract theory. The source shows us exactly how to live this out. Taking up the towel means practical things, like serving your spouse even when you're tired and you just don't feel like it. It means forgiving that person who really wronged you. It's mentoring a kid or visiting someone who's lonely. It's about helping someone who can never, ever pay you back. And you know what? There's an incredible promise that comes with living this way. It's not a burden. It's the actual path to blessing. The world screams at us that joy is found in getting more, but this ancient wisdom tells us that true, deep blessing is found in giving, in serving, in kneeling. So we end up right where Jesus left his disciples. He puts that same exact question to all of us, right here, right now. We've seen our pride, we've seen his incredible humility, and we've heard his call to a different way of life. Now that you know these things, will you do them? That's a question really worth thinking about. Thanks for joining me.